Hey there everyone, and welcome to another skill runes guide. I'm going through the 3 new water runes. We have got so many water runes now, it is ridiculous. Just look at the water on here, water here, 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 here. This could even be Frost Wave. We've got Healing Shrine and Master of Ice. We've got so many water skills on like every skill. I don't really know why we need this one particularly, and it doesn't stand out that much, to be honest. But anyway, so what this does, I'm going to talk about damage first, is it takes away the base damage, that base 116%, and it just makes it all water. In total it does, I think these are 4 hits of 11,000 here, so in total it's like 55,000 plus 60%, which works out as roughly 200% water really. So yeah, when you compare that to the other options here, Empowered Fireburst is probably the most powerful other option if you've got high fire. So for example, I have roughly 200% fire stat now and 100% water. If I've got Master of Ice, that'll be 300%. So 200% fire gets 300% water. The two of these hit almost the same amount when Master of Ice is active. When it's not active, it hits slightly over half what Empowered Fireburst does. So in terms of damage output, it doesn't stand out that much. If you don't really have any elemental stat boosts, then Icicle Splash can do quite a lot. It would certainly do more than Expel, I think 50% more when Master of Ice is active, and then half the amount when it's not. But yeah, basically it doesn't stand out considerably with the damage, it's just that it deals really good, really nice damage when Master of Ice is active, and not very good damage when it's not. It's actually, if you look at Empowered Frozen Sphere, this adds about 200% water onto the 116% base damage. So yeah, it will be hitting slightly under what Empowered Frozen Sphere hits, and has got a longer cooldown, plus you have to be in melee range. So yeah, it's not incredibly good in terms of a damage skill. And then, so the nice thing here is it stuns, so it's for 3 seconds, and in PvP you'd think it was 3 seconds too, because it doesn't say any different. But actually, I just posted this on the forum, this is how it looks in PvP. It doesn't say any number here, there's a number missing, and it looks like it's only for 1 second. So it doesn't really stand out as a stun skill for PvP. And yeah, well, the one really nice thing about it is it hits a large area. It is the larger area that Expel and Burst of Light hit. But yeah, that's pretty much this skill rune rounded up. Is yeah, if it does stun for 3 seconds in PvP, this will be awesome. But otherwise, this just turns out as another water skill. So if you don't have the other water skills, then this can be quite nice. And might be quite nice as a damage dealer in PvP, just simply to like do a little interrupt and then follow up with Empowered Frozen Sphere or something to like try and kill someone off when you have Master of Ice active. But yeah, ultimately Healing Shrine is going to be a much more powerful water skill rune if you want one of the two. So I'm going to show it in combat quickly. I don't know how this will go, I won't bother making myself invincible, I'm just going to play it. And so I'll show it off in combat a bit, but yeah, it doesn't like stand out hugely as an amazing one. There you go, that was the hit there, and then we got the slight damage over time. If compare it to like a Healing Shrine here, watch the boss's health go down now. I suppose it's not. Okay, I died, but yeah, we'll watch Healing Shrine again, see how much damage that does to the boss in terms of health going down. So you can see it's a fairly decent chunk each time, and yeah, ultimately, basically each tick of Healing Shrine does about as much as Icicle Splash does. So yeah, it just doesn't really stand out amazingly. So I hope that's enough said about that. So if it does turn out that it's a 3 second stun in PvP, then it's going to be very awesome and definitely viable for that. I will be using it as my PvP stun skill. But yeah, ultimately it doesn't really catch me out. Anyway, so the way you get these skill runes, I should probably say, is in the current festival there's a tome. This tome here, you can level it up with jeweled experience, and then you get it to artifact quality. You then buy the tier 5 bundle. It's 3,000 gems, and that gives you the skill rune. And then if you max it up, then you can get the greater skill rune, which is a oh, if I can find it, it's a 75% gold find skill rune. So this is really nice, just for farming. That's all it is. And yeah, so there's one for each class of those. Each one of them are literally just for farming. So yeah, let's move on to the Archer skill rune now. So the Archer skill rune is a second skill rune for Pierce, finally, because this is one of the base skills on an Archer class, And Granite Spike was around a long time ago, and we haven't seen it for ages, so loads of people don't have a scoring for this. And so Piercing Ice is a very nice boost, literally, to the damage output of an archer, which is nice in itself. Second nice thing to say about it is that it happens every 5th basic attack. It's not a chance, it's not like a low chance that only happens every few seconds. This is very, very consistent. It's going to happen like once per second or so, and it actually hits 4 times, so it's 40% plus maths 25,000 each time, and that's the damage over time. So it's basically a DPS buff, and yeah, very nice. I actually like it a lot. I know various people will be sort of annoyed with it. I guess it's 4. I can do a 5th. Will it show an animation? No, it's not going to. Okay, let's just take it into the event. So yeah, basically it's a consistent damage buff, and is actually very nice. It's around about, if you have the same water and fire bonus, it's a similar. It's double the damage buff than Empowered Blasting Shot gives. That also adds knockback, whereas this doesn't. But yeah, very nice. So yeah, I'll just put up a decoy here, and we'll see it do a few hits every now and then. Now you can see the water damage starts coming in. Lots of water numbers there. It adds a damage over time. So yeah, you're going to see it happening lots. All right, so yep, let's actually play this event properly now, and see how quickly you can take down the boss. Yeah, but you can see because of the pierce as well, this does have an element of area of effect, because it's going to go on every enemy that you line up. I should probably actually demonstrate that. Let's see if we can do that. Just got to try and play this as well. I don't know which one I got to kill. Is it a specific one, or is it just one of them? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, so you can get them lined up, and you can hit Piercing Ice on multiple enemies, which is always nice. Okay, we can do this. Yeah, I don't know if you can see there. It's actually going to go on all of the enemies. Yes, you can see now. It's on all the different enemies. We're getting that water bonus. So yep, that's that. And yeah, very, very nice damage boost. I'm not going to go through all the numbers of it, because if you go back and read watch my last video, I actually went through the damage of loads of different skill runes and stuff. And one of them I went through was Piercing Ice. So I did actually kind of detail exactly how much of your DPS those will be adding on. But yeah, if you have a good water stat, this is going to be very nice. And it's a cool skill rune. The sand one, sorry, the Goldfine one is for Stone Bear. It's the greatest stone bear, and I do not believe it has any use in combat. It's just for farming. So yep, that's that there. Let's move on to the Night skill rune. The water skill rune for Night is Freezing Aura, which, if you look at it compared to Burning Aura, they're almost identical. They have... oh, there's a slow on Freezing Aura, but to be honest, that's not really too much of a thing. That would be a little bit in PvP, where basically if you're hitting them with this, they're going to find it harder to get away. But really, I don't think the 30% slow is going to do that much. So it does a damage. It's pretty much identical to Burning Aura. The only difference is it's water rather than fire, and so there's a little bit of stuff you can do with Lord of Winter, but then, you know, this is a short duration, so I don't really count that massively. But yeah, so you can do massive damage in a short period of time if you use Lord of Winter in PvP or whatever, or to take down a boss quickly. But otherwise, it's basically just a water option, as opposed to Burning Aura. And in terms of damage, it's actually very, very nice. So if we just take a look at Flowing Blades here for a second, this one does 310% normal damage and adds on about 200% water. So it's 300% normal and 200% water. And then if you look at this, this does 5 hits. So it's 5 hits of 80%. So it's 400% of standard, plus then the added damage on is about 80% each time, so it's 80% times 5 again, so it's 400% basic, 400% standard, 400% water, as opposed to 300% standard, 200% water. So it's quite a lot more powerful than Flowing Blades, and the cooldown is longer, but it's not too infrequent. You can, you know, spam it quite frequently. So yeah, this is a very, very serious water damage output skill. And much better than something like this Frozen Shield, or actually Empowered Water Cleave. Yeah, Okay, that's good. That's good too. That's about 200% water, and you can spam that really quickly. But yeah, this is going to be a very serious, very good damage skill, and so I do like it for that reason a lot. And I'm actually going to test out water protection as well, because that was bugged when I previously showed it, and it got fixed, and then I think it's bugged again now, so I want to just see if that's going to work. But yeah, so let's go into the combat now. So if you've got really high fire bonus and no water bonus, then you may not like this screen so much, but it is there if you want to, well, when you're taking on fire enemies, if you want to do extra damage. Also in PvP, when they do like lower fire damage and higher water damage, then it's very good. So yep, let's put it on now. As you can see, it does a fair amount of damage. I was looking at the numbers and thinking I didn't actually look at the numbers of any of the other skill runes. But yeah, so I'm going to put it on again, and as you can see, I've got a cooldown potion, so I can actually spam it a lot. Ooh, we're going to be blown up unless I use Lord of Winter. So I've got Lord of Winter active now. It's going to hit quite a lot more. You can see I'm actually properly leveled for Platinum right now, which is the difficulty I'm playing. So the fact that I'm actually taking them down quite nicely shows that I am doing good damage output. But yeah, so I didn't really look into the numbers of this properly, other than the percentages themselves. But I can tell you that yes, it is good. Actually, we can kind of see from the damage that's done to that second one there, how much of my damage output was coming from the well, because nothing else was hitting that guy. So yeah, I'm just spamming skills now. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video, showing those 3 skill runes. In summary, all 3 have their uses. The Knight one and the Wizard one are pretty much just water options of other skills. They don't stand out especially for any reason, other than just being decent water skill runes. Probably the Knight one more than the Wizard one, because the Wizard's got good other options. Whereas the Knights, I don't really like their water skills quite so much. They've got a load of sort of mediocre ones. Yeah, so anyway, that's those 3 skill runes, and I hope you enjoyed it. I won't be doing a video probably for a while, because I want to do the dragon videos next, and I've got to do testing before that and that kind of stuff. I did say I'd show that you can't evolve, so this is Aftershocks here, which would be evolved into Greater Aftershocks, but you cannot evolve it. So yeah, they may be adding that after the festival. I don't think, I don't want to say for certain either way, but they may add it that you can then evolve Aftershocks into Greater Aftershocks. That's the one with the gold find on it. But yeah, I don't want to say that they will do that, because I have no idea. But yeah, so those are those 3 skill runes. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the video soon. Thanks very much.